Hey everybody, welcome to the Keto Mom page. My name is Stephanie and I'm going to do our mindful live right now. It's a Saturday evening if you're watching live, and I normally do them in the mornings. So real quick, as you're tuning in, where are you tuning in from? And if you are listening to my background music, so as you're tuning in and if you're watching the live and you decide to keep watching the live, you are going to hear a movie going on in the other room. So we have some friends over. Well, my kids have some friends over, and our family friends are over. And they're watching Sing 2. Has anybody seen that movie, by the way? It is an incredible movie. I'm not sure how we can watch it on our TV. We must have some fancy app. But also, so first of all, happy Saturday night. If you're watching this live, I almost said good morning. I know the lighting isn't great, but here's the point. Don't mess up good for perfect. And do you ever feel like sometimes you just need to do something or say something or call a friend or take an action? Like, I am a person of action. I don't like to wait. If I want to do something, I want to do it right now. It's just kind of how I am. So we've had a busy day. Normally, Monday through Friday, in the mornings, I get on, I go through a book, because I really, truly, 100% believe that reading books or listening to podcasts or having a mentor or working on your mindset will help every area of your life, especially fat loss. I'm going to talk about something that I think is super important, and I'm going to go through the last 5 steps of, well, here's what I went through yesterday. We're on chapter 3, and I'm going to give you an overview of what this is, but I want you to understand, mean people. I want you to understand steps to building your self-image. All right. And so here's what I'll tell you. I can teach you all of the keto tips and tricks. Isn't it funny how, so here's what I'll tell you on the Keto Mom page. If you usually tune in the evenings, you will have different things like, thank you, you're so sweet. You'll usually see different things on this page: recipes, tips and tricks, an afternoon live, a morning live. And this is what I want you to know. This page does not tolerate bullying. This page does not tolerate disrespectfulness. And so I've been posting since 2015. And in the very beginning, there was a lot of hate. And I'm telling you this for a reason. People are mean. And so if you are on a journey to better, I want you to know something. If you are on a journey to better, you are going to have people that are trying to pull you down. It might be your friends or family or coworkers. And guess what? When you decide to go after better, it makes other people feel guilty for not doing the same. And so oftentimes I'll see things like, my daughter gets this all the time because she's got a TikTok page and she inspires teens, and then she gets a lot of hate. And I tell people this, you better listen. Take your black robe off if you're here, meaning you are not the judge of anybody else, and you are not the judge of anybody else's journey. You can't tell somebody else if their keto journey is accurate, because guess what? Like, your keto journey looks different than somebody else's, or low carb journey, or health journey. And so isn't it funny how people want to tell you what to do, when to do it? And that's exactly what this book is going to talk about, because I don't tolerate bullies, not in my kids' life and not in my own life. And that's not even what I was going to talk about. But this chapter that we're going through talks about your self-esteem. And oftentimes, let's just be real. I'm going to tell you something. If you are overweight, or if your goal is to get healthy, some of you would say, yep, I'm fat. I get people that message me all the time. I don't like to say that. I'm super cautious about the words that I use. But listen, if you are in an unhealthy state, you got there for a specific reason. So when somebody tries to shove a perfect recipe down your throat, or a perfect way to eat, or hey, this 28-day keto journey will work for you if you do it perfectly, what I want to say is, no, it won't. It won't. Because you got to where you are today for a reason, right? It might have been what happened in the last 2 years of the world. It might have been boredom, laziness. It might have been like we all were at home, the gyms were closed, right? And a lot of people also got to where they are today because of abuse, because if somebody else told them they couldn't do it. Like, most people overeat, or they use food in an addiction way, or they use food as a means of coping or helps them with their emotions because somebody told them that they weren't valuable, and it's not okay. And I am really worked up because I saw some rude comment in the comments, and I am so sick of people being bullied on social media, in person. Like, how dare you tell somebody to get off Facebook, or how dare you tell somebody you don't have any right to tell me what to do. And that's why people don't accomplish their goals, because they let other people tell them what to do. Not okay. And so for all of you incredible people, I appreciate you. And I want you to know something. You should never be the result of somebody else's words. So if you are where you are today because somebody told you that you weren't valuable or you couldn't do that, shame on them. Now, you have to have an awareness of that. So I got to where I am today because somebody told me I wasn't valuable, so therefore I overeat food. Somebody told me I was never going to amount to nothing, so I use food as a coping mechanism. Or every time I get sad, I eat. I haven't found a husband, so I eat. I don't like how I look, so I eat some more. I don't like my job, so I eat, right? Most of the time, there has to be something broken off from the past for you to keep moving forward. You cannot blame, shame, justify that anybody else did to you. It happened. I'm not going to say that the abuse or certain words or people did not come to your life because it's wrong. And there comes a point in time where you have to go, I'm done. You have no more control over my life, period. And I'm going to move forward, right? And so that is not what I came on here to say, but somebody pushed my buttons. And if you're still on this page, you can sure bet I'm going to remove you as soon as I'm done. Period.com. I have never been more irritated with the disrespectfulness of people. I have teenage girls, and I hear about it in the gym, on social media. And I think one of my biggest things that I want to help teach the world is let's all grow up a little bit. If you can't encourage somebody, then don't speak. If you don't believe in somebody, then guess what? Like, you don't have to tell them. First of all, take an inward look at yourself, right? And these teenagers, let me tell you, some of them need a spanking. Yes, they do. These words, like, there is no reason why we shouldn't be uplifting each other. You know what I hate the most? I hate when women say, oh, it's just a woman thing. Oh, we're all gossipy. Nope, we are all against each other. Nope, she's better than me, or I can't be on her friend. I can't, man. Women in general should always uplift each other. Always. People should. You should want other people to win with you. All right. This is what this page is about. If you are brand new, welcome. My name is Stephanie. Oh, Lord, thank you for this platform. I love social media. I love it because I can connect with people all around the world. And I love people. Now, I will give you everything that you need as far as direction and insight and food lists and all of the things for what you have to eat. All right? And the number one thing that I am passionate about is mindset. Because here's the deal. If you want to go further in your life, you've got to believe that you can. When I'm done, if you watch reels, listen, I don't care what numbers I say on my reels, but I just shared a really great, cute little quote from a cute little spot from Sing 2. So if you watch reels, it's on the Instagram. It's on my Instagram. You can go watch it. It's really cute from Sing. And I tell my kids, you should always, always, always listen. When you're with other people, listen for something you can learn. Watch. If you're watching TV or a movie, you better learn something from it. If you're with other people or a mentor, you better take something away from it. And this movie is really cute. So the kids are all watching a movie. I think there's 10 of them out there. Nope, 12. 12 of them. And I said, okay, when you're done with this movie, you've got to share your biggest takeaway with me. It's really cute. So every morning I go through a book. This is the book we're going through in January. It's an incredible book. We've been going through books here on the page every morning since April. And I don't have the other books picked out for the next couple months. I've had people ask me. I will let you know in just a little bit. Yesterday, I shared the little link of yesterday's live in the header of this video if you want to watch it. But we went through the first 5 steps to building your self-image. If you want to listen to the first 5 steps, you can go listen to that. But they basically were this. Guard your self-talk was number 1. Licking my fingers. Number 2 is stop comparing yourself to others. Number 3 is move beyond your limiting beliefs. Number 4 is add value to others. And number 5 is do the right thing even if it's the hard thing. So I talked about that yesterday. You can watch the live from yesterday after. Now, number 6, these are super important to build your own self-esteem, because if you don't feel good about yourself, how in the world are you going to, number 1, hit your goals, reach your goals, dream, cast vision, even for your family or other people that you are a leader to? If you don't believe you're a leader, you're lying to yourself, because you lead at least one person every day. You want to know who that is? You. You lead you. Either the right way or the way you don't want to go, but you lead yourself every day with the choices that you make, right? Or the lack of choices, and then you let everybody else lead your day, right? Okay, so number 6, practice a small discipline daily in a specific area of your life. Here's what he says. If there is an area of your life that seems overwhelming to you, it might be losing the weight, or your work or family or something else, try chipping away at it a little bit at a time every single day instead of trying to tackle it all at once. Basically, he says this: since your self-worth is based upon the positive habits, actions, and decisions that you practice every day, why not build your self-esteem and tackle your biggest problems at the same time? Don't fret or worry about it. Do something specific about it every day. Discipline is a morale builder. Boost yourself by taking one small step that will take you in a positive direction. I think sometimes we think, I've got to do all of this in like a month. I've got to lose all of this weight by summer. I've got to lose all of it by June 1st. No, you don't. In the very beginning of this month, which by the way, we're only a week in and we're doing incredible. We are a week into this year. Congratulations to all of us. Nothing major has happened, right? Well, you know what I mean. Why is your goal set to I have to get to some people I have a wedding. I actually have a wedding I'm in August, so I would like to have stronger arms. But if your goal is in 2 weeks, you didn't get to where you are today. Remember, you're not going to get to where you want to go in 2 weeks. You've got to give yourself time. Baby steps. Even if you don't see the results, it's kind of like the donut. Have you guys ever heard this? If I eat a donut today, the likelihood of me gaining 5 pounds is unlikely, right? If I eat a donut today, I'm not going to be heavier necessarily tomorrow. But if I do the wrong little steps every day over the course of even a month, do you think that I'm going to be able to see those little steps every day result into a bigger in a month? 100%. But if you take small steps every day, getting up when your alarm clock goes off and working out, drinking more water and less pop, little decisions every day that you go, oh, it's so small that I don't see the results right away. It's okay. It's little steps every day. Lacing up your shoes, going for a walk, saying no to the donut and grabbing something else, going past your favorite restaurant, right? Packing your lunch, reading a book for 5 minutes, having some quiet time. All of these things will snowball into a better you over time. And you also will create healthy habits, not just a fast, get results. If you don't change the habits along with when you're working on losing weight, if you don't implement good habits, that's why so many people gain the weight back. It's not I'm going to get to this destination and I'm done. You have to change those small little habits over the course of time, or guess what? I hear it all the time. I've gained the weight back. I've gained the weight back over and over again because the habits weren't changed. Make sense? All right, number 7 is celebrate small victories. When you do the right thing or you take small steps in the right direction, what is your emotional response? Do you beat yourself up, say, I should have done this earlier, why didn't I do it? Oh, I gotta do it again tomorrow. Or, good job, I actually did the right thing. Ugh, every little bit counts. Taking a break to celebrate is good for you. If nothing else, if nothing is ever good enough, you can lose heart. Celebrating encourages you, and it helps you inspire others to keep going. So celebrate, not with food. Little things like, if I do great this week, then I'm going to go see a movie, or I'm going to buy a new book. Oh my goodness, if I do great this month, I'm going to buy a new book. That is an incredible gift to yourself. I would buy myself books all the time. All right, I do love to read. Number 8, embrace a positive vision for your life based on what you value. So he quotes June Carter, you know, like June and Cash, Johnny Cash. I like that song, by the way. People used to ask June how she was doing, and she would say this: I'm just trying to matter. I know what she means. The author, John Maxwell, says, I know what she means. We all want our lives to matter, and that's hard to do when we don't believe we matter. You matter. I'm actually going to read the very end of his. This is really great, and this is exactly what I love to tell people. Not this specifically, but I'm almost there. What do you value? What prompts you to see a positive vision for your life? If you don't have a vision, you are likely to be apathetic. However, if you tap into what you value and try to see what could be, it can inspire you to take a positive action. And every positive action that you take helps you to believe in yourself, which in then turns to helping make more positive actions and helps other people. I like Johnny Cash too. All right, number 9, we've got 2 more. Hold tight. Practice the 1-word strategy. This is great. And I want to see, when I say this to you, I want you to comment back. All right? I'm really trying hard not to be fired up from earlier from whoever the rude person was on here. So I'm like de-escalating. Whew. Okay, are you ready? He says, a couple of years ago, I read a book by 𝗱𝗵. It was called Aspire, which really inspired me so much that I wanted to meet him in person. And this is what he said. This man told him how he coaches people when he's working with people on their self-esteem. And I hands down love what he made them do. The number one thing he made people do when he was working on their mindset and helping them work towards a vision and a goal. He says, the first thing that I do when I'm coaching someone who aspires to stretch, grow, and go higher in life is to have that person select 1 word that best describes him or her. Keep listening. Once that person does, it's as if he has turned the page and highlighted 1 word in a book, his book of his life. Instead of seeing 300 different words on that page, the person's attention and intention is focused immediately on the single word. That single gift, what that individual focuses on expands. Have you guys ever heard this phrase? Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. Where is your focus? Because if you're like, I've got all these goals over here, but I cannot see them because I'm so focused on everybody else and what they're doing and what they're saying and what I can't do, I'm clearly not focused over here because all of my energy is going over here to everybody else, to what they say I can't do, to what I believe I can't do. You're not going to reach here because you're looking here. It's time to shift and start looking where you want to go. So he says, when I'm coaching somebody, I would love to know, if you could pick only 1 word to describe yourself, what would it be? 1 word. I think my word, I want to say action. I feel like sometimes I'm pretty intense. I don't think it's bad. If you knew me in person, you might be like, she's intense. My whole family is that way. Ooh, committed. Patty, I love that. If you could pick 1 word, and here's what, oh, smart. I like that. He says this, listen, I hope the word that you pick is positive. And if it's not, you're going to have to go back to the drawing board. You need to settle on 1 word. And we've picked 1 word for the year. So maybe if your mind is like, I can't pick a word to describe me, then I had said earlier this year, pick a word that you want to describe your year, that can anchor you back so that when I'm like, when somebody frustrates me, when somebody frustrates me, my word this year is trust. Trust in the one who made me. Trust my husband because he's an incredibly wise man. We've got business goals. Trust myself. My word is trust. I don't need to trust anybody else that tells me what they think I should do. I've got 3 people that I'm God, my husband, and myself. And I have friends and other people that I bounce ideas off of, but trust was my word. And then I kind of have like 5 action steps that go with it for the year. But what word would 100% describe you or you want to describe this year? So that when you have somebody that comes at you and says, you can't, you won't, you'll never, I can't believe you're doing that. Or let's say life smacks you in the face, right? You get some bad news, or you lose a job, or you lose a friend, or whatever the case may be, you've got a word to go, no, trust. I have a verse that goes with it. You could have a quote or a phrase that goes with it. Something that you can just go, nope, I'm not going to let that person decide my life. Not going to. All right, I'm almost done. I'm going to let you go. I love this part. This is my favorite part of this chapter. I think this is chapter 3 we're on. Take responsibility for your life. This is great. I'm going to read a good chunk of it for you. We tend to get in life what we are willing to tolerate. If we allow others to disrespect us, we get disrespected. Just like that man on here that was disrespectful. Don't do it. I don't tolerate it, right? Don't tolerate things. He says, if you tolerate abuse, we get abused. If we think it's okay to be overworked and underpaid, guess what? It happens. If you don't have a plan and a purpose for your life, other people will. Other people will decide your life for you. The world will decide your life for you if you don't have a plan and a purpose. So I'm reading what he said to his readers, but I want to say this to you as well. I wish I could sit down with all of you, hear your stories, and encourage you specifically on your own journey, which, by the way, I do. If you send me a message, I will help you on your journey. I'll walk you through tips and tricks and ideas of how to get you started and keep going. Most of you talk to me, and most of you hear me say, what are you reading? What do your habits look like, right? If you've had a difficult time and you don't feel good about yourself, I want to tell you that you do have value. You matter. Your life can change and you can make a difference no matter what kind of background you've had or where you came from. No matter what traumas you've ever suffered or mistakes that you've made, you can learn and you can grow. You can become the person that you have the potential to be. You just need to believe in yourself to get started. And every time you take a step, think a positive thought, make a good choice, practice a small discipline, you're moving one step closer. Just keep moving forward and keep believing. So I'm going to leave that with you tonight. I think you guys are great. If you want to grab the book, this is the book. If you want to continue to tune in, tomorrow we have church. I'll start again on Monday and we're going to start chapter 4. So it's an incredible book. Otherwise, if you've got specific questions related to anything, I'm a homeschool mom. I've been coaching people on their health and fitness for almost 6-7 years. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist, but I've learned a lot and I can help walk you on your journey and share with what we've done, and I can help you on yours. I love mindset. I love a lot of things. And so if you ever have questions, reach out. Otherwise, I appreciate you sticking up for me too, even when somebody's disrespectful, because I don't tolerate it, but I want you to not tolerate that in your own life. So it's a good awareness. I hope you have an incredible night, and we'll talk to you soon.